Um, this is my presentation on vegetarianism, and we're going to start with the definitions of like what vegetarians are and stuff. A vegetarian is just somebody that doesn't eat meat. A vegan is somebody that does not use animal products at all, which includes eggs and milk and ice cream and cheese and all those things. And they also do not use animal tested products or wear fur and leather. Some vegetarians don't do that either, but it's their choice. And there are also pescatarians, which is the same thing as being a vegetarian, except you can eat fish also. For ethical reasons to be a vegetarian, animals feel pain and they process pain very similar to the way that people do. Animals form bonds with other animals and they care about the ones that they're related to, and they can have friends, especially the larger mammals like cows and pigs. The farms that animals are raised in, they are raised very unhygienically and it bothers them quite a bit. They're also abused harshly. One example is that chickens are fed a lot when they're really young, and then they gain a ton of weight really fast, and then they get crushed under their own weight, so that's pretty bad. And if you go vegetarian, you save the lives of 100 animals a year on average. For health reasons, it's a lot better for you because it lowers your risk of cancer. It's also better for your heart, and that means that you'll be able to be more active when you get older, and that you're less likely to have heart diseases or strokes. You'll live longer. In Japan, where most people are vegetarians or pescatarians, there's about 3 million people there, and about 50,000 of them are over the age of 100. And it decreases your risk of becoming overweight or diabetic. A lot of people think that being a vegetarian can be bad for you because you won't get enough protein. But some ways to get protein is a handful of almonds or peanuts. Greek yogurt has got a lot of protein in it. Beans have got a lot of protein in them. Tofu and tempeh, especially tempeh. And then there's a lot of meat substitutes, which are basically made of beans and tofu and stuff, and those are the names of some of them. Some of them actually kind of taste like meat. It's bad for the environment because animals, to produce one serving of meat, an animal would need about 16 plates worth of food just to make that much. So every time you eat a serving of meat, it's almost like throwing away 15 plates of food. Transporting animals is bad just because of all the cars and gas and all that. Water, it's really similar to the food thing. Because to raise one steak, that's about the equivalent of taking 50 baths, just all the water that the cow would need in its life. And then all the buildings, if animals weren't raised for meat, then those buildings would be fields and stuff, which is better for the environment. And because of all this stuff, it's the second or third cause of global warming and environment issues. So it's almost close to the equivalent of cutting out cars if nobody ate meat anymore. So does anybody have any questions? Yeah?
Since when have you been a vegetarian?
About 2.5 years now. Anything else?
Are your dad and brother vegetarians?
No, they eat less meat, since I've been a vegetarian, but they're not. Nobody in my family is.
So do you do your own cooking, or how does that?
It's I guess most of the time I do, but they don't eat meat as much anymore, so sometimes I eat with them.
Is it more expensive or less expensive or the same?
I don't know exactly, but I don't think it's that big of a difference. Being a vegan is actually supposed to be like the least expensive thing.
A really expensive thing?
The least expensive.
Least expensive? Okay.